Hello everyone, this is your friend and host Harry Nakai. I welcome you all to our show Honey Walia Shows, and we are really glad that you are asking so many questions. You are giving us so much appreciation. We would really like that you comment on our show because on your request. Most of the times you have asked the questions about mortgages. We have a special guest today on our show. His name is Mr. Vivek Ahuja. He's from BMO. He has quite a vast experience in mortgages. So I would like to welcome Vivek on our show.
Thanks, Harry. Thanks for having me, and greetings to all the viewers of Honey Walia Show.
That's wonderful, Vivek ji. I would like to ask one question. Something first before we start regarding yourself. How long you have been working with BMO? How much experience do you have in mortgages? And what's your key selling feature? Like what make you different from other mortgage specialists?
So I have been in industry for 18 years now, and with BMO. And I worked in different capacities as a branch manager, personal banker, and since last 13 years I've been working as mortgage specialist. And I'm very grateful to all the clients for their love, their trust, support and confidence in my services, and that has helped me succeed in my job.
Absolutely.
I have received quite a few awards, but the most important award is client's trust and confidence. That's what matters to me a lot. And I have a customer-centric approach, always focused, and I'm very much I'm very hardworking for sure. In any industry, in any job, you need to be hardworking and focused and determined. But most importantly is the clients who have shown me a lot of respect and all the love and confidence.
That's wonderful. And we also know that you have been working with a lot of builders as well in the market, right? So the first foremost question which we have been asked by a few our viewers is like how to establish credit. Like some people have bad credit, some people even don't know that their credit has gone bad. So and now there are some ratings which are come up with the CMHC, like you have to score some 680 points or something. So what is the right way of establish that credit?
Yeah, so the basic criteria for establishing credit is having minimum 2 credit cards operating satisfactory for minimum 2 years.
Okay.
But there are some exceptions. People who don't have credit cards, they can also provide us some other documentation like rental payment history and bill payment history. However, credit score is mostly established with a credit card.
Okay.
And they can have like two credit cards, or they can have 1 credit card and a line of credit, a credit card and a loan. Even department store cards like Bay and all Best Buy and stuff like that, they also help as long as they are using them regularly.
And they are paying them on time.
Absolutely. This is very important. Even if it's a small payment. If somebody misses even $1 or $2, $5, it will still show on the credit bureau as a late payment. So it's important to make sure that the payments are done on time. And also I would recommend that they are set up on a pre-authorized debit.
Okay.
So nowadays all the credit card companies they have that facility where you can actually set up your payments as a pre-authorized debit, and it's automatically deducted from your account.
Vivekji, I have a question which is personal as well as one of my friend. He has how does it affect on the mortgage? That's what the reason is. So he has a credit card from not a credit card, sorry. He has a bill payment from Bell, and he moved to Telus. He has $7 to be paid to the company Bell, but he has never received any information from the company, and now that $7 it's showing on the credit.
Yes.
So like he didn't even know that he has to pay that $7. Will that affect on the mortgage?
Yes, it will impact his credit. As I said, even if it's a $5, $2, doesn't matter what the amount is. If it is $7 outstanding, it will definitely show on the credit report, and it will damage your credit. So the credit score, so it's important to pay off any small balance also, and it's important to keep track of those. And that's why it's automatic deductions. They are they're highly recommended, so that clients don't, because everybody is busy. I know that we also sometimes are so busy, even though we are in the same industry, we know we have to pay the bills, but sometimes we forget.
Absolutely.
And that is something which we have to be very careful.
Very careful, yes, absolutely. So what do you think are the most important things which are required to get the mortgage approval? Like the step by step, like what are the requirements for getting an approval?
Yeah, so credit score and your debts. It's important to manage your debts, keep them within certain limits.
Absolutely.
So as a rule of thumb, we always tell clients that outside debt, outside of your mortgage payments, if you have approximately $300 to $350 per month payment, then it's going to be okay. You're not going to get declined, or you're going to be approved for the amount you're looking for.
Absolutely.
Otherwise, the amount get reduced.
Okay.
So basically, in the mortgage, most of the time clients get qualified, but sometimes the amount is less. The amount is lesser than what they require,
yeah.
what they're looking for. But that reason is because of the debt servicing. So credit score is one component. Second component is debt servicing ratios, and debt servicing ratios are calculated in two different ways. One of them is the gross debt servicing ratio, other one is total debt servicing ratio. So one debt servicing ratio takes into account your mortgage payments, property taxes, heat and condo fees, somebody's buying a condo. And the second debt ratio is for including their car loan, for example, student loans, any credit card, line of credits. So it's important to keep those debts low if you are applying for a mortgage. If you are really looking to buy a house, it basically involves a little bit planning.
Absolutely.
And that planning means you have to keep your debts low. Once you get a mortgage, once you are into your house, then you can apply for any loan, any car loan, any vehicle you want to buy. Nobody's going to ask you what your debts are.
So friends, Mr. Vivek is here. He has a vast experience in mortgages. So I would request you to give a call to Vivek Ahuja. His number is mentioned below. All the questions will be answered. He is such a polite guy. When you talk to him, you will be understanding that what he is, how the experience does matter actually. Some people are new in the mortgage. They don't know a lot of things, and there are a lot of updates which is required on a day-to-day basis.
Absolutely.
So being experienced in this industry, he has a lot of knowledge. So please give a call to him. So Vivek, when we were talking about the mortgages, there are different kind of mortgages. When we talk about a draw mortgage and a completion mortgage, right? So some builders prefer draw mortgages, and some people some builders like completion. So what do you suggest, and what is the difference?
Yeah, so this is something which a builder decides whether they want to do a completion or draw, and some builders are flexible, they can do either. And both are good products, and it all depends on client's requirement. So basically, when we have any conversation with clients, we always look into their requirements. We have a discussion regarding what their requirements are, what their needs are, and then we suggest a solution based on that. So it's a customer, as I said, it's a customer focused approach and solution providing approach we have.
Absolutely.
And again, completion mortgage, we have very good products. The way completion mortgage works is because it may take like 8 to 10 months or up to a year to build a house. So we do have approvals which are valid for 3 years. But we have 3 years, and we are one of the few banks who have that solution for clients buying a home.
So you mean to say that their interest rate will be fixed for 3 years?
Yeah, so we have, as I said, builder cap rate program where the interest rate is fixed for up to 3 years.
Okay.
And that rate is a little higher.
I got you.
But that rate, we will change it when clients are closer to possession.
Yeah.
We can change that rate without doing any income, employment or credit check,
That's wonderful.
provided there is no material change. So it's important to realize that there should not be any change in the mortgage amount or term if somebody wants to get qualified under that program.
Absolutely.
So builder cap rate program is very good, and it's actually very important right now to know if you're dealing with a builder, you have a completion mortgage, it's important to know if your lender has provided you that kind of approval.
Absolutely.
How long the approval is valid for. So this is a question which every client who is buying a home and the home is not going to be ready for 6, 7 or 8 months, they have to definitely get that information from their lender.
Absolutely.
Whether they are going to do another credit check or income check at the time of possession.
Most of the time, most of the companies does that.
Yeah, most of the banks will do, and also at that time, if there's a change in their income or some credit issue or something, then their approval is no longer valid.
Absolutely.
And they can lose their deposit, and there can be some more repercussions.
Yeah, and but when it comes to draw mortgage, let's say draw mortgage is taken after 3 months or 4 months when the house is started constructing, right? So at that time, when the builder takes the mortgage, but the possession is still due for 7, 8 months, does that rate is fixed for that term? Or
Yeah. So that's a good question. Again, draw mortgage has its own benefits.
Yeah.
In draw mortgage, once the draw is done, then we don't do any other checks or anything.
Yeah, the changes cannot be done.
The only thing is that there cannot be any changes in the mortgage amount also.
Absolutely.
So if the clients have some upgrades and they want to do it, or the draw is done, then they cannot add those upgrades later, and they can continue with the same rate, and they don't have to worry about any like mortgage not getting through.
Absolutely. So is there any something like the financing, like when we say it's a financing, or somebody is financing a lot, does it has some different kind of effect on the mortgage?
Yes. Yeah, lot financing is also available. It's a good solution for clients who are building home on their own.
On their own, yeah.
Self-built projects. I have done quite a few of them.
Okay.
And again, this kind of product requires a little bit more expertise and more documentation.
Yeah.
And I can help clients who are looking into that kind of product, buying a home, or
Absolutely.
building their own home.
Yeah.
So a lot of lot financing is available based on 60% to about 65% loan to value.
Absolutely.
Which means that if a client is buying a lot for, let's say, $200,000, they can get financing of lot up to 120 to 130,000 in that range.
Perfect. So friends, if you are planning to buy your own house, build your own house, it's a different mortgage. Not everybody is specialized in that. So Vivek Ahuja is specialized in that. Definitely give a call, because you know, when we talk about buying a house, it people like, there's a lot of mortgages, a lot of mortgage specialists who are doing the mortgages. For them, it's a day-to-day process which is there. But something which is different, like most of the clients have called us as well, Vivek, regarding the same thing, that they wanted to buy their own house, build their own house. They wanted to be a builder, or they want to build their own house. At that time, it is little tricky to get the mortgage, right? Because there are different terms and conditions for that.
Yes, that's why it's important when somebody is building their own home.
Yeah.
It's important to have a thorough discussion about how the draws are going to work, because this is mostly this is a draw mortgage.
Yes.
When somebody is buying a home, building their own home, it's a draw mortgage, and that we do draws in different stages. So, for example, first draw will be done after foundation excavation stage. Second draw can be done at framing, windows and doors are completed at that stage.
Okay.
The third draw can be done after insulation drywall stage, and then the fourth draw can be done at the final stage. We can do actually up to 5 draws in a self-built mortgage.
Perfect. Yeah.
So those kind
Depends on how long that house is going to be built. Right?
yeah,
absolutely.
so most of the houses are done within 1 to 1.5 years.
Okay.
But again, if it takes longer, they're still okay. The approval is still valid. We have to get an exception for that.
Absolutely.
But we can still do it.
Perfect. And next, move to another question which we have got. So there are some people who are new to Canada. They are on work permit. Some people are like they are just going to get their PR. At that time, is there a different kind of mortgage, and how do you help those people? Like, are there different benefits which is offered by the bank?
Yes, for new immigrants and even clients on work permit, they can qualify for mortgage, and we have very good programs for these clients. And this is a very big segment for any bank, because a lot of new immigrants are going to be coming for the next 3 years. So we have very good programs. I have done quite a few of these, helped a lot of new immigrants and clients even on work permit. They can qualify for mortgage with as little as 5% down payment.
Okay.
So we have good programs, even though they don't have any credit history. We can still get them qualified for mortgage. They need rental payment and bill payment history for 12 months if they are putting 5% down. Okay. They need to be working minimum 3 months in their job, full-time employment. And the down payment has to be from their own resources if they are putting 5% down.
That's a wonderful thing, because some people, there is a kind of a gift letter. Does that work there?
A gift letter will not work with 5% down payment, unfortunately, under this program, under the new immigrant and work permit holder program. But if they are putting 10% down payment, they can qualify with gifted down payment. 5% of that has to be their own. So there are different programs with different down payments. There are different requirements. If they are putting 10% down payment, for example, then they don't have to provide us 12 months of rental payment and bill payment history. They can only provide us 6 months of their bank statements, which if there is no NSF or any return payments, that's all we need.
Actually, that's a very good thing, because I didn't even know about this. So see, if you are new to Canada, there are so many people who are here right now in Canada, and a lot of immigrants are coming, like especially the students who are got the work permit now, and they wanted to move to Canada. A lot of people are moving from BC and Toronto as well.
Yes,
right.
BC,
so for them also the same pattern follows, right?
Same thing. If they have a work permit, they can still qualify. A lot of people actually don't know that if they are on work permit, they can qualify for mortgage with 5% down payment.
Oh, that's good program. That's wonderful. So these questions are even I am not familiar with a lot of things which Mr. Vivek is telling us today, because that's what his experience it's called experience. So anyways, so when we talk about Vivek, some people are also interested in buying a second house. So the second time home buyer, for them, is it 10%, 5%, or how does that work?
Yeah, it's a very good question, because we are getting a lot of these inquiries right now, and a lot of people who already own a home, they can qualify for the second home with as little as 5% down payment.
The second house as
Second
well?
house also.
Oh,
They
that's
don't have to
good.
put 20%.
Yeah.
Again, a lot of people don't know, and some people don't even go to the banks
Yeah.
because they think that they have to put more down payment for that. But
Absolutely.
second home, if there is a primary residence, they can qualify with 5% down payment.
Mm-hmm.
And we have a unique program for these clients because we are probably one of the banks, only bank I would say, and we get an appraiser opinion for that. And that helps them in qualifying for the new home.
Perfect, because the reason of asking this question is because a lot of people right now, because interest rates are down,
Yeah.
people wanted to buy a second house, they
Yeah.
are buying as an investment property. So that's a good way, and if it's a 5% down, definitely they can buy two house, you can rent one of your house,
Yeah.
you can get the income from there, and then like some people are also doing the basement development. So
Basement.
then you can have the basement rental as well as the upper floor, and then you buy your own house, and your mortgage is actually half or full of the mortgage is adjusted from there to the new house.
See,
Yeah.
that is another thing. If you own a house, you can have a basement developed, and it's a good source of your revenue.
Absolutely.
You can have a tenant there, you can have your own business, and nowadays, because a lot of people are working from home, so developing a basement is very important. And again, this is something which homeowners can do. If somebody is renting, they can't develop,
Yeah.
right? So they have to. If you are a homeowner, you can do lots. So right now, because the lowest interest rate, I haven't seen this interest rate for. I've been doing
Yeah,
this for
long
18
time.
years.
Absolutely.
Never seen so
Yeah.
low rates.
So, and is there something which is new, like this rates are going to stay for some time? Like there's something regulations came up, right?
Well, yeah, they are, but again, we cannot comment on how
Absolutely,
long the rates are going to be. Nobody can predict. So there are a lot of factors which affect the rate. We cannot really comment, but the good thing about today's market is that your mortgage payments are probably going to be lesser than what you're paying in rent.
Absolutely.
So it's a
Yeah,
no-brainer
yeah.
right now to buy a home
Buy a house, yes.
and get your rates locked for the next 5 years.
So what is the interest rate right now with BMO?
Right now, like, I mean, we are doing, interest rates are different for with different scenarios, but they're in the range of like 1.59 to 1.6.
Which is pretty low, which is pretty good.
Very
as well,
low.
right? Yeah.
We have a special promotion coming up on 7th, like on Monday. So I'll be more than happy to discuss about rates and everything with clients. I mean, we are here to help, and we want to make sure that your payments are lower, you're able to manage your payments, and also more of your money goes in the principal right now. That is another advantage of buying home in this
Absolutely.
market, because now more than 50% of your payment is going in the principal.
That's wonderful, because for the first 10 years you are paying the interest only.
Earlier it was like for the first 10 years you pay
Yes,
more
yeah,
interest,
yeah.
and your principal component was higher only after a few years.
Absolutely.
But right now, right from the first payment,
Yeah.
you are making more in the principal.
You're right.
So that's your savings, and that's kind of your forced savings, because a lot of people who are not able to save, for example, they are actually saving if they have a mortgage.
Yeah, you're right.
It's building their equity, and equity after some time, it's very powerful tool.
Yes.
If you have an equity, you can get a low rate financing.
Yeah, home credit line of credit.
Homeowner line of
Yeah.
credit, and you can refinance your home.
Yeah.
And that will give you, like, for example, it can be used for another down payment for your next house.
Yes.
Right, you can use it for any unused RRSP contributions,
You're right.
or any of your, like, gifting to your kids. For example, if they are growing up, they want to buy a house, you can help
Or
them.
their study or anything.
They're
like that.
studying,
Yes.
so you can use it for a lot of things, and it's a low cost financing. That's the best thing.
Absolutely.
Any financing which is outside of home financing is always higher rate.
Yes.
So that's another advantage of having home financing, is that you have a lower rate financing available.
So my friends, if you see in this show, we have discussed a lot of things which are actually not discussed in previous shows as well. So every Wednesday, Mr. Vivek will be here, and he will be answering all those questions which you will be asking us, as well as we'll be also asking these questions to him, because this is a very important topic. Most of the time we need to discuss these things. We sometimes hesitate also, because I've seen some people, this is the market kind of thing, you can say. Some people like to get the pre-approval done, but some people like to get the house first and then they come to the mortgage specialist. We need this house. How can you help?
Yeah,
Right?
so I think it's important to get pre-approval done first.
Yeah.
That is the right step,
Yeah.
because that way you know how much you qualify for, and also pre-approval locks your rate. So we can lock the rate for 130 days,
Yeah.
and you can shop for your house with confidence.
That's
And
right.
also, because our pre-approvals are kind of very solid approvals.
Yeah.
They are not like just a kind of just checking or looking into your documents. We actually do credit check, run it through our underwriting, and get a formal approval done. For example, some clients come to me, I get a pre-approval done for them,
Yeah.
but we still have to put a condition. For example, we have clients have pre-approval. They still have to put subject to financing, subject to inspection, and other conditions, because the file still has to go through insurer, or we have to do an appraisal on the file.
Absolutely.
So it's very important to know that if you have a pre-approval, don't just write an unconditional offer.
So we are really thankful that Mr. Vivek is here today on our show. Vivek, before we wind up, I would like you to give a message to our viewers.
Yeah, my message is that I'm here for you. I've been in the industry for 18 years. I'll be more than happy to help you with any of your home financing needs. And when you're shopping for mortgage, look for all the factors, not just the rate, but you have to look into like how much prepayment can you make. For example, right? The prepayment, it helps you in reducing your interest cost. Interest cost is more important versus interest rate, because that is where your actual savings are. So how much penalty would be charged, for example, if you want to early renew your mortgage? Nowadays, we are getting a lot of inquiries for early renewals, which means that clients who are at a high rate, now they can get into a lower rate, and they have to break the term. When they break the term, there is a penalty involved. So all those things you have to find out. If you sell your house, for example, before the end of the term, how much the penalty is going to be. And it can be huge.
Absolutely.
Because these penalties are sometimes they are so huge that you can't even think of early renewing or selling your house.
So friends, don't hesitate to give a call. If you have a question, give a call to Vivek. It's no question is a bad question. Every question is
Absolutely.
welcomed, right?
Absolutely.
So if you are not even right now in the frame of buying the house, but you have a question regarding mortgage, so thank you for coming here, Vivek, and we are really
My pleasure.
Yeah, and what we'll do is we'll call you on next Wednesday again.
Sure.
We'll be here, and then we'll talk about more things
forward to
and
it.
more questions. Absolutely.
Look forward to it. Thank you
Thank
very
you very much.